Well, here we are. We're in Pipes Canyon, and we've just walking out through the area where there's been quite a bit of runoff water come down, and as you can see, we have green trees. We're way out in the middle of the desert in this little valley where there's actually must be a fair amount of water. None visible yet, but we're looking for it. We've got Carol and Sheila and Harold and I. We've been hiking for just about 3 hours. Probably got another hour to go to get back to the car. And we'll see where we're at. Oh, so what have you got down there? Is there any water down there?
Yeah, there is.
But I think this is where the last of the water comes right down here. This is probably the low point in the valley, it looks like.
Yeah.
Water last time we were here, do you remember?
I remember there was some water here a year ago, but not now.
Must have been right in this area. This looks like
Yeah, it looks neat.
lowest path. It's cool, really neat.
Well, we'll continue our search for the elusive water in the desert. Could have gone that way. Oh, we're coming out of the green area, coming back into the trail, and this is the Olson's Ruin, and there's quite a story that goes with this. Was a miner named Olson, and he was out here and he befriended a fellow who ended up murdering him. They caught the guy, and he was hanged. Hung. Hanged or hung? And there's one room left, which could be some shelter if we really needed it. But I don't think it's going to rain today. Anyways, Mr. Olson had quite the cabin here. It was probably a pretty deluxe building at the time. Probably built it himself.
Looks like mud and stone, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does. Let's go in and have a look.
Yeah. Look it up here. This thing up here looks like an animal. It
Looks
does.
like an animal.
Well, look, you can sort of see an eye and...
They're looking at this old tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah, no.
And so this fellow piled up all of these rocks himself.
Oh, I remember these.
Got himself a little house here. I don't know if we're going to be able to see in here or not. But this is the last room. And you can see he's got a nice curved ceiling. And up against the back end here, there's actually a hole where there might have been a stove. Now we're just going to pan around here and look out through the door. So,
Would you like a little water there, Wayne?
oh, I think I better have a little water so that I can keep hiking.
Okay.
So we've found a little bit of water here. It's actually running.
It looks like it came along.
And we're just going to go down here and have a look. It's coming out through the ground. It's got a bit of a sheen on it, and it's also got a bit of a sulfury smell to it. But we're not going to drink any of it, that's for sure. But we're just going to get down here and oh yeah. It's definitely got a sulfur smell to it, but it's not hot, so it's not a hot spring. And this little creek goes through here. We've got some bulrush kind of plants in here. And it kind of all wanders down through here. We got quite a bit of water running here. So this would have been the water source for Mr. Olson's cabin.
Yeah, that's the water source, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, further than that, Wayne. I'd say. Up there too.
Is there?
Yeah, it goes way up there.
Yeah. Wow, isn't that interesting? So if we have to camp in the desert, we better camp here.
Yeah, I don't know about this water though.
No?
And it's warm, you put your finger in it?
No, it wasn't warm.
Oh, it's not warm.
No. So it's not a hot spring, it's just a spring.
Okay, no hot springs.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to continue on. So we're going to go down into the trail here. And This is the water that's worked its way along. And there's not too much here. And it's pretty much gone there. But you can see, if you just take a look around, that there has been a lot of water here in the past, because there's quite the canyon, or the evidence of water from the past. And we'll just catch up with the rest of the group here and continue our little hike down through Pipes Canyon. Here we are. We're over on the side, and everybody's just moving along pretty quickly. Stay tuned. So here's a view of looking back up Pipes Canyon, and you can see all of the green area, which is where the water is running, has run. We saw a little bit more just recently, and it goes all the way around here, and we're still heading down the canyon. Folks have got a little bit in front of me here because I stopped for a second. I just want to show you where basically the greenery stops, which means the water must disappear into the ground, even though we're still heading down the canyon. We're going to go back down into the canyon one more time, and then we've got some more interesting things coming up as we continue our hike through Pipes Canyon. There's these trail markers around from place to place, and here's the group here. So here we are, we're just walking past that area that I showed you, which is the end of the green area, and we're coming back out into the desert, although we are still in the canyon where there's been evidence of a lot of water running in years past. Just take a look at some of these rock formations around here. Notice the rocks are all nice and round. Well, it's from erosion, and they've actually rounded the rocks by the heating and cooling from the sun. Oh, yes, there's an old artifact here. Looks like there's been a water line here in years past. I think we'll find some more up further. Maybe bigger ones. So we've continued down the path for some ways, and we've come to this area where we have some petroglyphs. And Sheila's just pointing out the petroglyphs, and we're going to kind of sneak up on them a little bit here just to make sure you can see them. They're kind of pretty faint. These are very old petroglyphs.
There's one up there.
There's also one up a bit further here.
Zoom in on
I'm going to zoom in on it if I can. I don't know if that's going to show up right up there. I don't know if there's any other ones around here or not. But obviously this needed to be marked for some particular reason, so we have the petroglyphs. We just have our continuing back down the trail. It's opened up. This valley's opened up quite a bit, and you can see where we're going to be heading in the distance back to the ranger station. So it's been a very good hike. We haven't seen very many people at all. There's only 3 other groups on our whole hike, which has been about the better part of 6 miles. And we're just winding down. So we're just walking our way down the valley here, and we have our last set of artifacts, which we do not know too much about, other than there were some old pipes down here, which is evidence of a water system of some sort, and they're sticking out of the bank, which means they've been here for quite a long time. And let's just have a look at them, see if we can determine how old they might be. Pretty tough to tell. Well, they're not that old because they've got threaded fittings on them. And they're just in the bank there, so we don't know what was going on out here. But group's heading through the desert, and we've just about completed our hike here. And here we are. We're at the conclusion of our Chaparosa Peak Pipes Canyon Loop hike. Today is March the 21st, 2016, and it's been a great hike. Perfect day for hiking. Temperature's about 70 degrees and no rain. There we go.